Hello!
Hey!
Welcome to Showit Live.
Welcome to Showit Live on showithere.com/live.
Yes.
/Showit Live.
I'm Jefferson Todd Pals, or JT.
Yes. I call him Jefferson Todd.
Yep.
Only. Yeah, and I'm Field Day here, coming to you live from the mothership, from the other side of the mothership that's not painted like a mothership. I think that's key to. I don't want you to think that this is some sort of new mothership. It's really
the
not.
Same mothership.
Same mothership. Yeah. Don't want people to be confused. Well, hey, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We got a real fun topic today. Something that a lot of people constantly post about, have questions about, and it's cool because it changes like every other day. So we're going to be talking SEO.
Of course.
SEO today. First. We want you guys to be able to interact with us. So we have a gear over. No, here.
Oh yeah, over there.
Yeah, it's over there. There's a gear over there. Allows you to check in, to log in, to check into Thai chat. Is what Christian calls it. The Thai chat. TIE, like a bow tie, not TIE like THAILNG. It's not Thailand.
So in addition to that, we want you to copy the URL, share it on Facebook with your friends. Let them know if you know somebody that needs help with SEO. We're going to be talking about that shortly. So now's the perfect time to share about it so they can get in here before we start.
Another thing you can do, we're hoping this helps. We realize that the feed doesn't always come in crystal clear. You can change your video settings from down.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right here-ish to 720p. The more P's, the better.
Of course.
Yeah. So higher numbers of P's. It's not golf where lower P's are good. Nope. You want more P's. We see Josh Smith is logged in there. Thanks for joining us, Josh.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
And I can't see a whole lot of other people because the chat window is so small. But if you go ahead and type hi, we'll make sure to give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Speaking of shout outs.
Oh.
Yeah, there's this thing, there's this robot that's been going around.
There is.
Yeah, the new Showit robot upgrade, which we're super excited about.
He got an upgrade this week.
Yep.
And it is pretty awesome. He got a smartphone.
Look, you can even see that he's kind of smiling, which is cool. Yeah, Showit robot got a smartphone, has been texting like crazy. We're slightly terrified that he'll become self-aware. Which has come up on the internet. It's like, watch out. But,
so, for those of you that are entirely confused,
yeah,
we might want to clarify that the Showit robot is the person that communicates with you when a contact form is submitted on your website. So, you've recently been getting emails related to contact forms. Now you can also get an instant text message the moment someone hits submit.
Like it's 2002. Bam. Dropped on you. Well, and this actually comes up. It's key. So you'll actually receive the text notification up to, I've seen, 20 minutes earlier than the email notification.
So much faster.
It is that much faster. That much cell service versus landlines. It's because it's easier to fly through the air. There's less dirt.
Way easier than all the
fewer mountains.
Bouncing from computer to computer.
Yeah, that's how the internet works. Everything goes from one computer to the next, to the next, to the next before it gets to yours. Yeah, cell phones, nope. First of all, there's no such thing as fly. Fly. It just it's like a stork, and it drops a message on your location, and you get it. But what's key is we had somebody just today actually post that they had missed an email.
Oh yeah.
From or missed. I think it was more than one. It may have been upwards of 5 times 3.
It happens at times. Sometimes those clients click the little unsubscribe link if you forwarded the original message to them. You didn't realize, or they didn't realize they were unsubscribing you from emails. So this is a way to entirely avoid that.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great way to make sure that you don't miss a message, which I think is key. Being a semi-amateur photographer, I don't want to miss when people actually want to pay me. So definitely check that out.
Pretty awesome.
You can set that up if you go to what's the URL again? It's
showitaccount.com.
Showitaccount.com. So you'll log in. You'll go to your settings, which is like upper right-hand corner of your screen. Bottom right-hand corner is where you type in your phone number. Sends you a message saying, "Get the heck out of here. This is awesome." You type that in as your verification code or whatever it is, and away you go.
Yeah.
And then
here's the best part. The robot likes to text back.
The robot has been lonely.
He likes conversation. He likes to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
shoot him a message.
I think one of the reasons he didn't have a phone before is he's actually plugged into an outlet, only has a 6-foot extension cable, so he doesn't get out much. So he's using this as a way to communicate at a massive rate with Showiteers out there. So he likes to send people advice, fortunes, jokes, quotes, fun facts.
Tons of different. Lottery numbers.
Yeah, he only.
If you win, you might have to divide a portion with the robot.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous portion though. He's like 0.003%.
Yeah, nothing.
He's not a greedy robot, which I appreciate. Yeah. So definitely make sure you check that out. I think it'd be great, and JT magically just put a link on there for you to follow so you can get all that set up. Next up. Something we have our second article on Showit.com by Zach and Jody Gray.
Oh, let me pull that up.
Yeah, pull that up. It goes back to once again. It's part 2 of their series, 5 essential keys to fast post production. So they're talking about how post wedding, post event, you can get that all culled down in like 2.5 hours.
It's crazy how fast they are at that.
It really is. They've actually had some people report to them that it used to take them over 18 hours to go from culling a wedding through final post-production edits. And so, yeah, they wrote out this great series that's being featured on Showit.com, where it goes through, their system, how they do it, and then also some tips and tricks. I think there's 5 tips in here. Yeah, keeping it simple. I mean, it's a great article. Read through it. There's even a little link in there.
Yep, there's a link in there to another video that they have.
Mm-hmm. Good video in there. There's a link to where you can tweet it out. And then they also throw down some action items for you. So they have a challenge at the end, which I'm a big competition type guy. Mm-hmm. So I like that they threw down a challenge. So yeah, at the very bottom of there. So check it out. It's on Showit.com under the business section under workflow. But you can search for it in the upper right-hand corner. It's also for the next couple of days. Will probably be one of the featured articles
up at the top there.
Up at the top. Yep. Yeah. So definitely go and check that out.
Awesome. Trying to think if there's anything else. We've got myself checked in there 4 times apparently to live chat. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Self.
You're messaging. That's what you're doing. Yeah. We have Christian at the helm. We forgot to mention he gave us the finger when it was time to go live.
Yes.
So we really got to stop that. It's becoming.
It's a bad technique there to start off the show. It's not really the best thing.
Giving us the finger.
So let's see what else. Maybe we just are ready to dive in.
I think we are.
Start talking about things.
Yeah.
It's related to SEO.
Yeah. So once again, SEO is something that comes up a lot. I remember when I first got hired on, I received more than one message like, "Hey, cool, Field. Are you guys going to be doing SEO stuff?" And I was like, "Probs. You know,
we're a website company.
If it totes your goats, we will obs do some SEO stuff." So we wanted to kind of go through some of the ways that to boost your SEO.
Definitely.
Also, some of the ways that Showit can help with that. So I think there's a misconception out there about SEO that you type in a magic formula and then everything kind of works for you.
Oh yeah, it's just done. That's it. One-time deal.
Done.
I'm done. I can worry about other things in my business. Unfortunately,
that's not the case.
Not true.
Not true.
So it's a constant battle, and it's kind of like a recipe that you never got exactly right. And so you keep trying to remake it and do it a little different each time to see like how does it come out? Like, does this work well? Then something's a little off. Let me try something different. And it really is that way with SEO.
The answer is not always adding salt. No, it's not always about it is kind of about what's like the latest superfood. Mm-hmm. So for a while,
it's like a juice bar.
Yeah, for a while it was all about dark green spinach, and now it's kind of kale. Yeah, kale's big. We do a lot of kale chips in my house. #superfood. So it kind of changes as we go along on this journey on the internet. Google constantly comes out with new with new formulas to their Google Juice.
Exactly.
Panda is out right now, which
do you want to explain what Panda even is?
I don't even want to explain what Panda is.
Do you even know?
Use the internet. No, that's my way of saying I'm not as smart as some other users when it comes to SEO.
Yeah.
I do rely on the internet to kind of tell me what's going on. There are also great books out there. Google puts them out I can't remember if it's every year when they do these. Panda's the latest and greatest. It's been out for months now. But I know like the people who rock the snot out of SEO go through and they read these things, because Google is a search engine, and SEO stands for search engine optimization.
Exactly, and you talk about Panda as though it's like an upgrade to your smartphone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's for their system, for Google, for how it's going to show you information and stuff, what information it's going to catalog in a certain way for results and things like that. So
kale is the new spinach. That's right.
So we're going to talk about
it's delicious.
I'm going to go through a number of different things as far as like specific settings inside of Showit that you can take advantage of that you may not know are there, and the best way to kind of use those features. And then we're also going to talk at the end about how to submit your sitemap. Hopefully, if we can get there today, it's kind of a lot to cover.
There's a lot to cover.
And then also just a quick focus or a quick look at what's going to be coming as far as SEO and the new beta of Showit.
Yeah, so we have this beta out right now. The main portion of it is vertical displays for mobile layouts, which has been going great. I think we're just about to send out the second version of the beta.
We just sent it out.
Third version of the beta, with lots of stuff. I mean, I just uploaded it. I didn't know how many people had that. I'd like to think I'm in the now.
Not everybody yet.
Not everybody yet.
We had a lot of people sign up on our email that we sent earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you. You're going to get a message with how to get the beta soon. Yeah.
So the second part of that update, like I said, the first part's mobile vertical layouts, beautiful, fantastic, help bounce rates and all sorts of great things for your business. But the second part of that is for SEO.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it kind of changes per stuff like what Panda's talking about, per what search engines are looking for and how they read your URLs and your site. We're making it to where the defaults are easier for search engines to read, which is super great, and that automatically will help your SEO, and I think it's a huge improvement.
One thing that maybe we can just jump into, and
let's just jump in.
I can show what we have in the beta.
Yeah.
This is a new feature, probably really tiny to show off. But a lot of people have been wondering, like, why do we have to have this hashtag in the URL for the Flash version and stuff? And so we've added this use.html at the end of page links in there. And so that will be a new option, and it will render, to my knowledge, without the hashtag in the URL and stuff. And so it'll also report that same exact format to Google, and it'll also use that same format for mobile. So some people don't like that it has to have .html on the end, and you don't have to do that either. You can uncheck the box, and then if it's your about page, it's mydomain.com/about is the link. No .html.
So before, and why this helps out for SEO with the hashtag, so I guess this is current. If you were to share out a link, or Google were to read the link, like we're Ace and Wim, if it was aceandwim.com/pound/about, if I were to share that out, or when Google reads that, it actually only reads the aceandwim.com. And it takes us to the indexed page, or the home page for that.
It takes you to the home page, but it does report. It reports the unique page, but it reports it with the hashtag.
So when I share that out, like the display, this has come up a couple times in Showit here when people are trying to share out a page or link to a page. The preview and everything is the home page of it, and it's not the actual page that you're on, and that does have an effect. And so once this change goes through, and when the update comes out after this third version of the beta, that'll no longer be the case, which is super sweet.
Awesome. It'll help really bring a good optimization to the SEO portion of your site, even without doing these other tips that we're going to jump into now.
Yeah. So that's the update. Let's get going on to the into the Google juices. Let's get into the gallon jugs.
These are all things that you can implement right now.
Yep, right now.
You don't have to wait for the update to come out. They're in there right now. And the first thing that I want to talk about is your site name and your page title.
Yes.
So if you've been to a site, can we bring up maybe your website
Sure.
as an example? If you want to, I'll let you bring that up. At the top of your site, you're going to see that it's going to say the name of the website, dash or vertical lines. This is all based upon the site settings that you have for SEO. A little divider, and then the page title following it. And so that as a whole, so we can see over there, so he's going to zoom in here, Christian, so you can see Ace and Win dash Arizona, and you've got a much longer title.
Oh yeah. Here, if we highlight over it, it actually
there you go. Okay,
we'll break that down.
Awesome. So this is your site name at the beginning, Ace and Win dash, and then all this other text is from your page title.
Yeah, and there's actually even a way for, like in Google Chrome, you see where that little blue G is. There's actually even a way to get the little Ace and Win,
your own
our own little logo up there. Reese Miller actually commented on a post on somebody's site. I can't remember what that thing is called.
The favicon.
Favicon, yeah. To where you can do that and get that all set up, and it works great. We had just made some changes to our site, and I think I deleted that. So
now, one thing that's great to point out is with your specific example here, you use words like Arizona wedding photographer, fine art film wedding. A lot of great words that are awesome for the homepage and stuff that are key words. Like they're words that you want to be ranked for, that you want Google to know about.
Yeah.
Right?
So in that, for us specifically, what we've done is we've put in locations where we've shot weddings. And where we want to shoot more weddings. Exactly. So basically, when people are looking in here and they see and they want to type in Phoenix wedding photographer or Arizona wedding photographer, we want to shoot all over Arizona. So that's what we put in our title, in our page description, and what that does is that helps Google find us as an Arizona wedding photographer. So like we're right there. I think we're a couple down the list after the paid sites.
So what this is this is going to be the first line that you're going to see on a search result. Is going to be a combination of your site name and your page title. And that will show up as the first line. So here's a couple tips about creating these and stuff. First is page titles should be unique. And they should also be accurate to what is on the page.
Yes.
And so, like, if it's your about page, you should probably have the word about or about Ace and Whim or something along those lines. If it's an informational page, you could have like information as a word or even other words that are included on your information page.
One of the keys to Panda right now is content. Right. It's not necessarily all about. I mean, there's stuff that we're going to talk about. And I apologize if content's on the list and I'm jumping down. But you want the content to be consistent as well. So we don't want, we don't want it to say Arizona wedding photographer on one page, and then they go to about and we say Phoenix wedding photographer. Those are two different things, two different locations. We want it to be, we want it to gel, if you will,
be common amongst the pages, and it really that helps solidify that you're knowledgeable or your website is a good resource for those terms. Instead of having tons of different terms where they can't really determine a commonality amongst the pages and stuff. So yes, we're not going to talk specific about content today because I think that's a whole separate show.
Beast.
Content being the information that's actually on your pages. We're going to talk just kind of a few things as far as like specific settings in Showit that you can adjust.
Sorry, I like steps 1 through 5, but I also like step 6. But we don't have time for 6.
We don't have time for all this. First thing, or one thing to note, the combination between your site name and your page title is best kept under 55 characters.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that in some search results, it'll just get cut off. So there's not really necessarily a specific need for it, and Google will only look at a certain amount of it. It's not like Google will read it all and use it all and stuff. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
You don't want to just litter it with, if you're an international photographer. You don't want to litter it with, Rome, Italy, Venice, Italy. I mean, you don't want
no, this is not
Paris,
the place.
France, Germany, and get a list of all the countries in the world.
This is not a replacement for what people used to use as keywords.
Correct.
Like the keywords area where you would just list off a ton of keywords and stuff. This is not a replacement for that. It's meant to be about the actual page content. Mm-hmm. So let me show you in Showit where you can actually edit the page title. So the first thing to do is to select a page on the left-hand side. Make sure the right-hand sidebar is open. And the second tab over here is HTML. And the first thing is title.
Yep.
Super easy. You can adjust this without adjusting your page name, which we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, and you can actually click on, you can do it there as well, right?
No, that's different.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's different. That's why I'm saying this. So page title right there. So keep it brief, not too long, 55 characters, including your site name. So keep that in mind. Your site name, if you need a reminder, is on the top left of Showit at all times in big, bold letters and stuff. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Let me see what we have. Next, we're going to talk about the site and page description. So first thing to do, site settings, if you've never done this, let's go to the SEO tab. And you will see the first thing is a site description. You can see this one is blank, but this is going to set at least a default for what will be used across all the pages.
Okay.
And then you can take it to a whole nother step, which will be adjusting it to be different for each specific page.
Now with this, it's important to note that this is for the site in general. It's not for, it doesn't matter what page you have selected on the left when you're talking maybe your style group or your home page, about page. This is for your overall site. So
yeah, this is what's going to plug in as a default to each one of those individual pages if you didn't adjust it, if you didn't change it at all.
Now, show a noob question. If I am doing a plus site and I'm copying over this to a plus site, does that description stick with it?
The site description does not.
Okay.
But if you created a custom description for a specific page, it should carry over.
Perfect. That's good to know.
Yeah. So that's one thing to note. So site description right there. Site keywords is also below it. We're not really going to cover that at this time. Google has come out publicly and said we do not rank anything at all by keywords. We also don't rank by description.
I don't know if we have either of those on our site.
So a description is not used for ranking. A description is actually very important to get click-through. It's like your mini little advertisement when you come up in a search result.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So if we look at Ace and Whim, you don't have one. You
Yeah.
don't have a customized one.
Take that, Internet.
Yeah, so we can...
It's probably silly to us.
I don't know if we're able to zoom in on just this search column and stuff to kind of get an idea.
Oh, but like here, let's see. Drew Brashler is actually a local Showit.
There you go.
Yeah, so he has one up. Phoenix wedding photographer. Drew Brashler Photography is a Phoenix, Arizona-based company specializing in wedding and portrait photography. Way to go, Drew.
Awesome example of a description.
Yeah.
Because it gives people a good brief understanding of what his main website is, using very important words that I'm going to say are key words, not keywords as one word, but separate key words that you want to come up in search results for.
I love this. So R2 Studio, which is also, it's another Arizona. We searched Arizona wedding photographer. That's why these are all Arizona. So they're based out of Flagstaff. Their description has mad skills in it, written like 3 times. I love that. They're so awesome. Mad. Awesome.
Okay, so back to here. So again, talking about now setting a specific description to each page. Select a page, go to the HTML tab on the right, and description. So here you can specify a description that is different for the specific page. If it's your about page, you should have something that's saying, learn about Ace and Whim, who are local wedding photographers in Arizona, serving Phoenix and these different areas and stuff. So you want something that's going to entice people. If it's an information page, maybe you want to list something saying, hey, check out prices and other information for the, this. It's again not going to rank you. the goal is that this text will actually entice someone to click your link when it comes up in a search result.
Perfect.
So that's what page descriptions are. A couple things. Do not use quotation marks.
No quotes.
Google does not like your quotation marks. It will actually truncate it, so it'll cut it off at the quotation marks, and then that's all you'll get is before that point.
Maybe that's my thing. Maybe ours starts with a quote.
Maybe so. So if you're going to quote somebody famous like Ansel Adams as your site description, don't do it.
Yeah, ours
not with quotes. You could put single quote, like single.
Oh, okay, yeah, the exclamation. No, the apostrophes. Yeah, ours is a quote. Today is a new day. Space dash space Chicken Little.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Josh Smith reminded us that the site description is also what shows up underneath the text below the title and stuff. So that's exactly where that is used, which is why it acts as an advertisement for clicking your link. Next, let's talk about page names.
Okay.
So you were trying to get me to click above the page where it says home-5.
Yeah, which is right up in this area.
Yep.
Here, when we get that on, I'm circling it.
So right there. Okay. So it's there, and then it's also down here.
Cool.
Right?
Yep.
So that is the page name, and this name is actually used to generate the URL for your website.
Oh, yeah.
So probably best not to have a 5 in there. I may want to do...
This is a test account that we use here at Showit. That's why it's not necessarily all there SEO-wise. Yeah. It's a good way to show you where all this information is without bogging down with specifics.
So you do want to keep these somewhat short. You want them to be shorter than your site or your page titles.
Okay.
But it is a good place to put in words so that when it comes up in a search result, you can see that it has some words that maybe you had searched for.
Okay. Should it have home?
It could have home. I don't think you necessarily have to use the word home.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think so.
I missed that, Chris.
But
yeah.
Your about, should probably start off with about, and then the person or the business name, and then if you want to use some other words and stuff. But they don't have to be long. In some cases, people just decide to do about info. You don't put a .html in that area.
Okay.
So if you chose that option in the SEO settings, it'll automatically tag it on.
Okay.
But that is the page name, which generates the URL, which is different from the page title, which is used in the metadata of the page.
It's like my name is field. My title is Showit community.
Yeah.
Two different things. Both descriptive.
And not at all related to SEO.
Not at all. But I just wanted to give people an example. Yeah.
So
it's a decent example.
So not
title versus
not too long. Obviously, one reason you don't want them too long is there's only so much space that you can visibly see in the application in that sidebar. So that's a good length. Keep it to the length that you can visibly see in the sidebar, and you're set.
Nice little tip.
Yeah. Next, let's go to widgets.
Okay.
So there are two types of widgets that I want to talk about, and I'm going to see if I got to pull up a design here that might use one. Maybe. I'm going to check and see. Nope. Okay, so one thing is drop-down widgets. If you have a drop-down widget used in your design, I'm going to suggest you do something here, and I'm going to add one to the list or to the site here. So if you select your drop-down widget and you go to the right-hand sidebar over to Advanced, scroll to the very bottom, click on HTML settings, and check the box to include in SEO HTML.
I don't think we're quite there on the screen. There we go. And there we go.
Okay. So at the very bottom here, on the HTML settings section, include in SEO HTML, and then there will be this little box that pops up, HTML key. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that at all. That's an old thing sitting around. Maybe it'll be gone by the next beta.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If the mayor gave you the key, you can put it there. But if he did not, you just keep that out.
So check the box to include in SEO HTML. The reason this isn't included by default is we don't include any widgets by default in your SEO to avoid having like images and other things show up on your site in the HTML that you may not want included. And so it's just as a broad category, widgets are not included by default. So first thing, drop down widgets. Next thing, galleries. Do you want your images to show up in Google search results?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I like,
because not everybody does. Not everybody likes the fact that, you know, somebody could do a search and look under images in Google and get your image and then just download it and save it.
yeah, go for it.
So if you're worried about that, don't follow this step. But if you like Google Juice, it is great to include your images on your site.
Yeah, I mean, I'm under the impression if they want to steal from us, awesome. We're doing at least one thing right.
That's true, that someone likes your images.
Right, and if you can duplicate it, even more awesome.
So same thing, include in SEO HTML.
Yep.
Check the little box on the advanced panel at the very bottom, HTML settings, and then you are set. What is this?
We can go name your flash layers.
Oh.
Is that something, I mean, is that for later?
No,
I constantly
we're not
bring up
gonna,
things that we don't have time to check.
We don't have time to cover that.
Yeah, like how to juggle.
Yeah.
JT's an expert juggler, only with sharp objects though.
Ooh.
Yeah, round like regular juggling balls. Terrible with.
Horrible.
You throw knives at him, and he will juggle them all day long. You don't even have to tell him. You just start throwing sharp objects at him.
They just start chucking,
Yeah.
you know, sharp pencils.
Next time you see JT.
I just see Christian over there hand sharpening pencils, and then he gets ready to just chuck them at me across the way.
Yeah.
So we've done a couple things that you can actually visually see, and so I want to show you how to visually see those two changes. We added a drop-down widget, and we added the gallery of images. At the bottom of your web page of the design area is an SEO button. If you click the SEO button, you can actually see what Google sees, not in a clean format. This doesn't look pretty. But Google sees this information, and you can see that we now have a gallery section, and we have the images from the gallery.
Yeah, and so where this is key, you can also see how, and this is based off how you have your layers set up. So if you're on the left-hand side and you have pages, and then you have layers there in that box on the far left, if you have your home page below, like here specifically, if you look in the middle, home is the fourth one down on us. So you can actually click that, drag it up. You go back to the design page, and then you have to go back to the design. Yeah. So if you go back to the design layout, and then over to the left-hand side layers, you can drag it and put that in the proper order. So when Google is searching for yours, if you have your home in the middle versus on the far left-hand side, then keep it in the middle. You want it to be how you have it set up. That's kind of how you want it. At least that's best practice that I heard.
Yeah, I always think about working from left to right, top to bottom, as you're going through, and so it's good to organize your layers in that same way. Great information. Again, now that we've switched it around, home is up top. You can see on the SEO version, home is up top here at the top of this list. I know it's really white and hard to see, but trust me, it's there.
Are there items? Oh, so he's saying about that we have everything included as far as the search for SEO, I believe is what he's asking. Is there anything that should not be included?
Well, that's up to you, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, does it? Is there any hindrance in having it all included? Is what
I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you?
I don't know of any, but I'm also.
I cannot think of one. I think the biggest thing is some people just don't like their images being available in a search result, which is why we made the call years ago not to include it. And I think now there's more of a trend to actually include it in search.
To overshare.
To overshare and stuff. And I think if you're putting images on your website, you should be willing to at least share them on social media and other resources, places where people, if they really want to take the image, they could always take it. But hopefully it'll be of more benefit to you than it would be hurt.
Yeah. Now, like Josh, if you have boudoir photography that you don't want displayed on emmaandjosh.com, or you don't want somebody to search Emma and Josh and then click images and then have the boudoir come up, you may want to leave those galleries unchecked for SEO, just for sensitive stuff like that. I mean, if that's something that you were to specialize in. then yeah, I think it's definitely something to have up there. But that's also, have a good contract.
Entirely up to you.
Have a good contract.
Entirely up to
Dudes don't always like their boudoir up on the internet. It's just the way it goes.
So we've covered a number of things.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of stuff related inside of Showit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have any other questions coming up. Feel free to post them, and I can jump back and stuff. But one thing that I wanted to talk about was sitemap.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what a sitemap is.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do.
Yep.
Did you know what a sitemap was?
It's similar to the map of Phoenix, not the map of Los Angeles.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows. But you just set this up yesterday?
Yep.
So a sitemap is generated. You guys may not know this, but there's actually a file that's generated for your Showit site that is at yourdomain.com/sitemap.xml.
Yeah. And so we're talking like Google Webmaster Tools here.
This is for Google.
Yep.
This is so that Google can see which images, or sorry, not which images, but which pages are on your website, whether you have links to those pages or not.
Yep.
So this is good if maybe Google follows the links that are on your homepage,
Yep.
and it follows the next set of links that it finds, and then it finds the next set, and then it stops because it thinks, I've found a lot of repeating links, and I think I've kind of covered the site, but you have more pages that they didn't find. This is the way to submit it.
This is the way to get her done.
Yes.
So if you're one of those who has, when we pull up a Showit account and it has like 75 pages, sitemap is key.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if we probably don't need to show this specifically right now.
Yep.
But to submit this, you're going to submit this to Google's Webmaster Tools. And it's a free account that you can set up. If you have a Gmail account or a Google Apps account, you can use your same login to set this up. And so I believe the URL is webmaster.google.com.
You can go to google.com/webmaster.
There you go.
Yep. Perfect. It's a / We'll put that. We'll make sure that we. Oh, we're losing sound.
Uh-oh. Oh man, is our audio going a little buzzy? Let's we're gonna take a brief singing. Oh, we're good?
No.
We're gonna take a 3 to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
We'll be down. We'll come back.
You probably didn't hear me at all. Oh man.
With mental stress and full of life, nothing gets to you. Staying fresh, staying cool.
All right. And we're back.
Oh, now they know I wasn't singing. I was singing and then I stopped. Sorry, we're back. Yes, Josh, thank you for keeping those photos of me off the internet. It was a magical session, but yeah, nobody else needs to see those.
I was going to say, I don't need to see this.
No, you do not. Nobody else does. For Josh and I's eyes only.
So, for anybody that's joining us now after the bad audio break, we were talking about Webmaster Tools.
Yeah, actually, was that may have actually just happened. Is that Jamie, who said aliens are invading? I heard something loud out back, and I'm too terrified to check. Yes, that's where our magical lighting is coming from. It's this odd window that's just right next to it.
There it is.
There it is. It may be. Maybe.
I didn't see anything.
I shouldn't bring that up. That's a sensitive issue. Basically, aliens. All right. I was going to anywho. Site mapping. Site mapping. So yeah. So sitemaps. Yeah, you can set this up. Google.com/webmaster. And then it'll give you a little thing to set up your webmaster tools. What it does is you download this really simple little file. It's a super tiny file. And then you open up Showit. You drag it just onto your standard homepage. It uploads, and you're done. You don't have to hit publish. You don't have to do anything. You just do that. Google does magical stuff in the background. Bam, it's set up for you.
That's a simple answer on confirming your domain.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And
that's
so
the process of telling them, I own this domain. Yep. Here's my proof. I can drop this little HTML link on
Showit.
On Showit.
Really is how it works. I mean, on your site on Showit. And then there's a little link that you click to verify. It automatically verifies, and then it starts to give you all sorts of great data. It'll even show you like the different sites that you have access to. I have Ace and Win. So Showit Fast.
Yeah, so it'll show you the sites once you've confirmed them.
Correct. Yeah, once you confirm, and then it'll let you manage the information there.
So I'm gonna go into here. We're gonna take a look at Ace and Win. And the one thing I wanted to talk about, there's a lot that we can talk about with this whole Webmaster Tools.
So much that I don't even know about a third of it.
I don't even.
We'll become better the next time we
will
bring it up.
But we're gonna cover the sitemap. And so to submit your sitemap, you will go to the crawl section on the left-hand side and go down to sitemaps.
Sitemap.
And here on the top right, you'll see a red button to add or test a sitemap.
Yeah, and I just did this yesterday, so it's not done supplying me with all my fantastic information.
So you can type in sitemap.xml, and then you would hit submit. I'm just going to hit test here.
I mean, you could hit submit. I don't even know if I did that.
So it's going here.
Testing.
It's testing it.
Please do not close this page while testing.
But what this does is then it'll give Google the whole list of all the pages that are on your site, and then it will know next time I come to it, I want to check all of these pages. So here it says web pages, 16 web pages were submitted.
Apparently we have 16 web pages.
Apparently so.
Didn't even know.
So here's a problem. What if you have like a secret pricing page?
Ooh.
Or if you had a secret boudoir page on your website.
Well, there is
you were talking about that.
I don't know if there's a secret pricing page.
So here's what you would want to do. We don't want Google to know about those things, and so you actually have the ability to remove pages from a sitemap inside of Showit.
Oh, sweet. That becomes important.
So you can select the page, go to the right-hand sidebar, click on HTML. Very first setting right there, include in sitemap. Already checked, uncheck it. Unclick that thing and then hit publish, and it will republish a new sitemap.xml so that Google does not do that. I suggest doing this setting before submitting your sitemap if you have pages that you don't want Google to find.
Interesting. Yeah. Very good.
So that's the sitemap and submitting it on Webmaster Tools. We're not going to dive into the depths of Webmaster Tools just because it has a lot to it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on there. All right, well, guys.
Oh, Josh just has a quick question.
Oh, yeah.
Do we need to update it, or is it automatic? The sitemap is automatic. When you publish your website, it will update the sitemap file itself. So as you add new pages, you update by publishing, and Google will periodically check that sitemap file. Yep. So you're set with that.
And then if you wanted to rerun it again, you could always do it the same way that we got there through the crawl down there, sitemap, and then you can kind of force it.
Yeah, I don't even think you have to. You already have. Let me see here. We're just gonna take a look. So it should already have. You already have it submitted. So it'll tell you the last date that it was processed on the web page there once it's submitted and stuff. So it'll tell you how many were submitted and how many have actually been indexed. So it says you submitted 16 pages it's only indexed 10 of them that Google knew about. So there's 5 pages that it didn't know about. Then now it's going to, next time it checks your website, it's going to go check those 5 new pages.
It's all the boudoir. So it's terrible. I mean, there's some good shots in there. Don't get me wrong. It's just the internet doesn't need it. So I think that's kind of it for us today. And I don't see any additional questions.
I don't believe so.
But if you guys have questions, you can hit us up on the internets. I'm happy to help out anytime. If you found this helpful, please let us know, and we can set up more of these where we can get into some more advanced SEO techniques. We may go read about the Panda. SEO 102. This was 101. We may do SEO 102 here in the very near future if you thought this was helpful, because we want to help you guys. The key for us here is helping your guys' business. That's where our hearts are. If you guys ever need anything business related, let us know. Happy to help anytime. With that being said, I think we have time for a real quick would you rather.
Ooh, yeah.
Just a real quick would you rather.
I wasn't ready for this.
I know. Well, be prepared. Okay, it's a tough one.
I remember the last one.
Yes. Yes. So does the internet.
Apparently, I was wrong choosing potato salad.
Yeah, no, it was coleslaw all the way. All the
sneezing
way.
Coleslaw.
Yeah. Now, I didn't come fully prepared for a would you rather. Christian, could you help me out on this? Could we get a would you rather real quick?
Where are you going? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking. Would you rather be able to breathe underwater like a whale versus something? You find me something. Oh, that's inappropriate. Nope, also inappropriate. Are all of these meant to offend people?
Probably.
Okay.
He's going. There's a site.
Oh, this one. It's the nicest one we've ever done. I think this is the nicest, clearly the nicest, least antagonizing one we've ever done. Yeah. JT, you can ask 3 qualifying questions. Would you rather never be able to hear your favorite song again, or never be able to watch your favorite movie? And part of this is you have to name your favorite song and your favorite movie.
My favorite song and movie?
Mm-hmm. It could be your favorite song in a movie. That'd be doubly awesome.
You know, here's the thing for me. I'm way more of a movie guy than a song guy.
Okay.
Like I'm horrible at naming song titles, any of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I really I don't know if I have like one specific song that is like a favorite, but it might be something by Michael Bublé.
The Bublé.
I love that kind of big band sound.
The overglorified lounge singer.
Yes.
Michael Bublé.
Exactly.
Yeah. Zing.
My favorite movie is The Burbs.
Oh, really? Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks comedy.
You can't go wrong with Tom Hanks.
Oh, man.
But the Burbs is a great movie.
It's such a great movie. I love it. And so I would have to say never being able to hear your favorite song again. Okay. Because I love The Burbs way more than I like any specific song.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's tough because when you're thinking, would you never be able to hear your favorite song again? That means that, even if people are singing it, you can see them sing it, but you can't hear it. There's so much involved to that. But you are correct. It's never being able to watch your favorite movie again. That was the correct answer. You are 1 for 2. Thanks for playing. 10 points awarded for JT. He had -10 the previous time, so we're at 0, which is better than negative. So congrats.
So wait, I got confused on that.
Yeah. You would rather never be able to hear your favorite song again?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Yeah, you'll be able to watch your favorite movie till the end of time, but
awesome.
Yeah, you'll never be able to hear your favorite
song. Burbs.
It's a good movie. It really is. Highly underrated. Showtiers, thank you so much for joining us and watching and sticking around for all this ridiculousness. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, let us know, and we'll do SEO 102.
I guess we got.
Yeah, no, that's a better picture than me.
Just gonna cut us off.
Cut it out. No, but we'll see you guys on the internet. Thanks again for joining us.
Yes, thank you. See you.
Do you want to sing part of your favorite song before we go?
I don't even know when.
Is it the song that never ends? It just goes on.
Just can't let you